The evolution of Mario Kart, from the first to the latest version. Welcome to this video where we'll be taking a trip down memory lane and exploring the evolution of Mario Kart from the very first version to the latest release. Mario Kart has been one of the most beloved and iconic video game franchises of all time, captivating players of all ages with its thrilling racing action, fun-filled gameplay, and unforgettable characters. Subscribe to Deli Ellie and see the entire world in one go. To avoid missing any future videos, subscribe and click the bell icon. Since its debut in 1992, Mario Kart has undergone numerous changes and updates, introducing new features, game modes, and playable characters along the way. From the classic pixelated graphics of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System to the stunning high-definition visuals of the Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart has come a long way over the years. The success of Super Mario Kart led to the birth of the karting genre, which has seen hundreds of karting games over the past 3 decades, from gaming mainstays like Sonic Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy to more unusual licenses like Power Rangers and Muppets. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of the series, we've decided to recap every game in the series from the main entries to the spin-offs. 1992. Nintendo's original Super Mario Kart remains in the series 30 years later, with 50cc, 100cc, and 150cc speed settings, a series of races and points total, invincible shells, mushroom boosts, and smacking your pal on the backside in battle mode. 1996. Nintendo first showed off the Nintendo 64 at the Shinkai Software Exhibition Show in 1995, and revealed some of the games planned for the console's launch, including Mario Kart 64, which replaced the SNES Mode 7 courses with fully polygonal ones. It used a trick that was common in early 3D games, where the environments were polygonal and the characters were pre-rendered sprites. It also introduced new ideas, such as wild drifting and a speed boost, as well as the notorious blue shell weapon and the Great Leveler, which ensured nobody could ever get too good at the game. 2001. Originally dubbed Mario Kart Advance, this was one of the first titles Nintendo unveiled to demonstrate the capability of its new Game Boy Advance handheld. It also worked, contrary to popular belief that the GBA was merely a portable console, as demonstrated by Mario Kart Super Circuit. Super Circuit had rotating tracks that mimicked the Mode 7 trickery of the SNES game, and the character models and elements of the N64 one, such as the 4-player multiplayer and the blue shells, making it look more like a midway point between Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64. The ability to unlock every Super Mario Kart track, which increased the number of available tracks from it, was a real wow moment between 20 and 40, and unlocking old tracks has since become a Mario Kart tradition. 2003. Double Dash was a bold diversion in the series, ditching the idea of riding solo and replacing it with 2 characters at a time. It also introduced a new feature, special items, and land play, allowing players to connect up to 8 GameCubes locally and race up to 16 players. 2005. Nintendo's second handheld title, Mario Kart DS, introduced new items such as the blooper and billet bell, as well as a mission mode with 63 different challenges. Online multiplayer also became popular, despite the poor Wi-Fi connection. 2005. Double Dash was a bold diversion in the series, ditching the idea of riding solo and replacing it with 2 characters at a time. It also introduced a new feature, special items, and land play, allowing players to connect up to 8 GameCubes locally and race up to 16 players. 2007. The first Mario Kart Arcade GP was so popular that Namco, now known as Namco Bandai, decided to release a sequel. Arcade 2 Gigapascals isn't a true sequel in the traditional sense. Rather, it's more accurately described as an enhanced version of the first, adding more of everything. 4 additional tracks were added, 2 of which were Yoshi-themed, and 2 of which were Stadium-themed. Additional comedy frames were also added, allowing you to choose whether to appear as an. I'll explain how Namco's merger with the toy manufacturer Bandai allowed it to use all of its licenses, which is how the addition of the Tamagotchi character Mamachi came about. The trend of virtual pets, fortunately, he simply ran alongside it and avoided having to clean up any poop. 2008. By the time April 2008 rolled along, it had been nearly 5 years since Double Dash, so console players, many of whom were enjoying Nintendo's resurgence with the Wii, were well and truly jonesing for new help in the Mario Kart goodness. Imagine the celebrations then when Mario Kart Wii turned up a year and a half into the Wii's life, offering more characters. Mario Kart Wii was the first in the series to be accessible to beginners, with 37 million copies sold and being the best-selling Mario Kart game ever. 2011, Mario Kart 7 added flying sections, underwater driving, and new items such as Fire Flower, Super Leaf, Raccoon Tail, and Lucky 7, which granted the player a variety of items. 2013, Namco Bandai released a third Mario Kart arcade game in 2013, which added a co-op gimmick of 2 players racing together in a team helping each other. Don-chan the hero from Teiko no Tatsujin, Tanuki Mario Ice Luigi, and Dry Bowser were added to the game, and players could choose to alter the alter egos of some characters. 2014, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Mario Kart game ever made, combining all the best elements from the previous entries in one glorious package. It offers downloadable content, crossovers with other Nintendo franchises, anti-gravity racing, gliding, underwater racing, and a battle mode. 5 years after its release, Nintendo launched a booster course pass that will add 48 tracks over 6 waves by the end of 2023. The 96 courses are the best of the bunch. 2017. As the name implies, it's a virtual reality version of Mario Kart in which up to 4 players compete against each other while donning a VR headset instead of pressing a button to throw weapons. Nintendo hardly ever experiments with virtual reality, so in a sense, it didn't hear either. Like the other Mario Kart Arcade GP titles, this one was primarily handled by Bandai Namco. It's obvious that Mario Kart Arcade GP VR is more of a one-off gimmick than a genuine fully complete Mario Kart game as a pure spectacle, but it's entertaining. Players have to perform a throwing motion with their hand, which is registered by a small gadget they wear on their wrist. Despite the fact that there are very few units in the wild, and there is a strong possibility you will feel nauseous after playing, it is something that is worthwhile seeking out. 2019. Nintendo resisted the jump to mobile gaming until the mid-2010s when the Animal Crossing Fire Emblem and the Super Mario Bros. Made the jump. Mario Kart followed in 2019 with a live service structure and 175 characters to earn. 2020. The Knockout City Mario Kart Live's home circuit use is an actual physical remote-controlled toy car driven by either Mario or Luigi, and allows players to create their own tracks. It is an immersive experience that likely won't be seen as a sequel anytime soon. Since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC will last until the end of next year, we may have to wait a while before the next mainline Mario Kart is released. It has been 8 years since Mario Kart 8 was released on the Wii U. And while Deluxe re-releases, art and VR spin-offs, and mobile takes are keeping us distracted, this is still the most recent Mario Kart game. No matter which version of Mario Kart you grew up playing, there's no denying the impact this series has had on the world of gaming. With its colorful characters, exciting courses, and addictive gameplay, Mario Kart has captured the hearts of players all around the world. So, thank you for joining us on this journey through the evolution of Mario Kart. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and we'll see you next time for more video game fun.